So after about a decade of being involved in the health and wellness field and the personal development and transformation fields, I've come to see patterns. That's what intuition is to me at this point, is pattern recognition. And I've just gotten more intuitive about the certain patterns that show up in each one of our lives. One of the patterns I've seen is that when people get into, let's call it raw food, or they get into organic food, they get into some form of healing diets and lifestyles, and they do everything to the T. They do everything correctly to the program. They do the law of attraction work. They become a better conduit and tuning fork for what they want to create and magnetize into their life. And they're doing all the right things. But there seems to be a dam in their wellspring of abundance. That can be abundance financially, that can be abundance relationally, that can be abundance of feeling fulfilled in their life, that can be an abundance of health and vitality. It doesn't really matter, it's all universal. So the point is that there is something that is blocking off most of us from experiencing that circulation, that current of life force energy that wants to flow in us and through us and allow it to come out as our gift to the world. And really, bottom line, what I figured out is that people are scared. People are locked into what I call a pathology of fear, where fear actually starts to cripple people. They're caught up in the worries, the doubts, the concerns, the not enoughness of life, and they're putting their magnifying glass on what they don't have and what they don't want to happen, and that's a subconscious program, right? So it doesn't matter what kind of ways we try to trick ourselves or all the different healing modalities that we do on the outside. We can only affect outside circumstances by interior decorating, right? The outside is affected by the inner work. So when we start to change the programs and the storylines and the meaning that we give to events in our life from a place of fear to a place of radical optimism, things in our life start to shift. You'll see it. You'll see people, their health concerns, they've been on this diet, that diet, this healing protocol, this detox program, this cleansing program, and they're making a little bit of headway. But as soon as they change the meaning-making machine inside of them, which typically is rooted in some kind of fear, some kind of concern or worry they have about their life not working out for them. As soon as somebody switches that and replaces that meaning with a more empowered meaning, things start to turn on. Their body's self-healing physician starts to turn on. Old wounds start to heal themselves. Old relationships start to heal themselves. Abundance starts to circulate into these people's lives, into all of our lives. So what I really would love for everybody listening to this to get out of this is that we're in an evolutionary progression right now. And in order to evolve, we have to have the resolve. And when we have a resolve to evolve, our problems dissolve. And we have to be willing to let go of the caterpillar qualities that we once held on to, and to be willing to dissolve in the chrysalis in order to be born into a magnificent butterfly and allow our wings to flap and allow us to fly uninhibited with worry, doubt, fear, concern, shame, fear, and guilt. And change that, alchemize that, transmute that into a place of love, peace, joy, ease, grace, and flow, and ultimately allowing ourselves to bring all the puzzle pieces in our life into dynamic harmony. So our life essentially becomes a living demonstration of our highest values. And that's the way that we can be a more beneficial presence on the planet, and we can give our gifts freely and feel filled up every step of the way. And that's how I see all of us contributing to a world that works for everyone.